hi. Were you shooting with the camera on? There's so many things that one needs to keep in mind when the camera is rolling, but not this camera. I mean a professional camera. Stay tuned because today on our show we have a very interesting guest who's a documentary photographer. So if you want your family's story to come alive through photography, she's your go-to person. We're introducing to you Anna, and keep watching, you don't want to miss this. Hi Anna, thank you so much for making the time to come on to Business Conversations with Shubhika. It is a privilege to have you on our show today.
Thank you so much, Shubhika, for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Thank you, Anna. Anna, tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from.
So I'm born in Lisbon. I'm Portuguese, and I'm in Dubai now since 8 years and a half.
Okay.
I was working previously as a flight attendant, and now I am a photographer.
Yes, absolutely amazing. You have everything that a flight attendant should have. Your poise, your nature, you're beautiful, and it's so striking to be in conversation with you today. I think it's going to be amazing for the audience to learn about photography and, more interestingly, documentary photography. So tell us, Anna, what is family documentary photography?
So family documentary photography is a genre, and basically it's the approach of documentary photography into bringing into families.
Right.
And what does this mean? And this means that I go into the family's house, or I spend the day with the families,
Right.
and I don't direct or pose or interfere or stage anything. So I'm just there, and I allow them to be themselves, to live their lives, and I'm there to be ready to take my photographs and to capture those raw moments that happen spontaneously amongst themselves. And this is why it's such an emotional photography, because it's so raw, it's so it's so not staged. Everything happens very naturally, and it's telling the story of the whole family. It's all about storytelling, and tell the daily life, the everyday life of that family, how it is in a certain stage. So our kids grow up very fast, and you like to have those memories of that specific time in life for other generations to see how it was and how it is. And this is the family legacy that I'm trying to create for my clients.
Right, right. So you're building a story through your photographs.
Exactly. That's exactly that.
So interesting. I haven't met a single person till today that does the kind of work that you do. And that's why I said again, it is an honor to present you on our show. So you've been an architect, and you've also been a flight attendant, and now you're doing photography. So what sparked this interest in photography?
Yeah, so of course during university as an architect you also do some photography, but that was really not the spark itself, I must say. If I'm really honest to myself, the spark really happened in 2015.
Okay.
After I went to my honeymoon in Namibia.
Right.
So Namibia is an amazing place. It's the wildlife, the nature, the people. So everything really fascinated me. And I bought my first DSLR with an attached lens.
Right.
And even without much knowledge, I managed to take some photos that I was really proud of at the time. I was very proud, and I really liked them. And when I was there, I was constantly drawn to take more photos, and I was always the one with the camera. And that sparked in me that change. And I said to my husband, maybe I should invest much more time in it. So from that point onwards was the shift I needed, and I started investing in workshops and conference and gear. And then I started shooting my trips, documenting my travels, which I really loved. And I thought in the beginning that maybe I'm going to become a travel photographer, and which I would love to, but then life changes also a little bit and takes you into different directions. And I love street photography, which I still do love today. And so all that brought me into the path I'm taking today. And then I took there's one person that was the big shift into being today a documentary family photographer, which is my son. So after my son was born, that's when my drive for photographing family became so strong. And this documentary family photography became really a passion to me, and documenting my own family, my own story became really, that was the click for everything else to happen.
Awesome. You've been doing some great work, Anna. I also follow you on Instagram, and I have seen that you recently were awarded for your work. So congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you.
So Anna, is this genre of photography only applicable to family photography, or can it also, is this principle, can it also be applied to events and other areas of photography?
Absolutely. The approach of documentary family photography can be applied for weddings, can be applied for branding. It all depends on the story. So it's all about the storytelling. So anyone that wants to tell a story of either a specific time in life, or a brand that wants to tell a story of how they grow, how they build their company, what is the story behind the company itself. On a wedding, if you want to focus, the bride and the groom wants to focus more about the story of their wedding, and they are not so focusing on posing, on those posing. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but because portraits also, environmental portraits can also happen during if you are doing a corporate, for example, telling a story of a corporate, or telling a story of a branding, you can also do some environmental portraits. But the main focus of it is all the storytelling, and it's all the story that is behind the event or the brand, and how you're going to do that. Right. So that's absolutely possible.
So interesting. So Anna, as your client, I have been very pleased with the outcome of your work. But tell me, how do these families that you work with react when they see the raw images that you show them of your work?
Because it's nothing staged or nothing was directed, most of the times, and I can say all the time so far,
right?
Hopefully, they tell, this is so much us. This is us, and usually they have an emotional reaction, and this is, for me, this is a great achievement, because this means that I was capable to really go in that family and document really the genuine interaction between them, in order for them to tell, this is us, and this is really my intention, that my clients can say, this is us, and we're going to remember this time, and we're going to see these photographs in 10, 20 years' time. We're going to pass these photos into generations, and they can really understand the dynamic, and us as a family, and has our own selves even. And the interesting part of this is that in the end of the stories, accordingly with the photographs you choose, you can even create little stories within the bigger story, and I find that fascinating, because you have the whole family story, right? But then you can have the mother and the sons, or the interactions more between the mothers and the sons, or you can have more the interactions between the father and the son. So, and you can have also the interactions just with one child, or two child, or three, doesn't matter. So you can see accordingly with what you choose to tell, how to tell the story in the end. If you choose 10 photos to tell us the story, you can really create small stories within the big story that can really show their own personalities, and can show the interaction all together, and has individuals. And I find this really fascinating. I really love that.
I'm sure it is, Anna. We all have our memories to hold on to in life. So what you're doing is great work.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks.
So Anna does corporate photography, and the business conversation with Shubhika team was especially pleased because Anna offered her services to us, and we were very happy with the outcome of her work. So for all you companies that want to tell your business story through Anna's photography, She is great to work with, and you will be very happy with the outcome of her work. So how do you prepare yourself for a photo shoot, and what is in your camera bag?
I'm very simple. I don't really do much preparation for my photo sessions because it's always a new environment, so you cannot really prepare yourself. But what I do, as I said before, I meet my clients before. Previously, the session, I try to meet with them to connect, to bond this connection. And when I'm driving, usually I have a kind of a ritual almost. I put some music in my car to just enter a little bit. It's my me time before the session. And yeah, what is in my camera bag depends on the shoot, depends on the session, but usually I'm going to show you what is my go-to for the sessions. So before I show you my bag and what I have inside, just want to say that you don't have to have all this. This was gear that I built up during the years, and now actually is my good to go. I'm really comfortable to take in. Now I all the time take this one, and because I never know really how the house is going to be or how the environment I'm going to face. So I rather prefer to have it with me, and in case I need, I just take the things. So usually my main, I'm a Canon person, so I use a Canon camera. I use the Canon EOS R mirrorless. And if you ask me one item that I needed to take, if I don't have anything else, there's one item that I would never, ever leave at home, which is my Canon EOS R. I have an adapter, and I have my 35 millimeters 1.4 lens, and this is my absolutely must to take for every session. 35 is a perfect size for storytelling. Actually, 28 millimeters is a little bit better because it incorporates a little bit more. But 35 is very good, and it doesn't distort, doesn't do distortion. So has a 24, for example, that I also have, but it already creates a little bit distortion. So 35 is very good. So if I don't have anything else, this would be my good to go. And then when I'm on outside areas, so if I'm in a garden or if I'm running on a park, so I usually have with me, I use Canon lenses, and I also have two Sigma lenses. So I have the 70 to 200, this one is a Sigma lens, and it's a 2.8, and I use it with me because it is very versatile. So I can I'm running, but still sometimes it's good to have it, and it does compression on portraits also, so I really love this lens, and I have it usually with me. However, when I am outside, but in low light situations, I need a brighter lens. So, and for weddings also, I really love one lens that I have from Canon, which is my 85 mm 1.4, which is great for weddings, and because you need a more brighter lens also, and in low light situations. So I also carry with me in case I have this challenge of low light, because I have it very often. And I have this is a second camera. I use it when I'm outside. I don't like to lose time switching lenses. You lose a lot of time if you have to switch, and you have to think quickly. Your brain is constantly working, and I don't want to be worried about my gear. I want to be focusing on my framing, on my lighting, on the interactions that I see going on in front of me. And I never thought that I would use this lens so much. When I bought it, actually, then I realized there was a little bit of a mistake. But it's a 24. 1.4 from Sigma, and actually in smaller spaces in the houses, sometimes it really helps me. When I go to a small house, it really helps me. So I take it with me. It has an SOS. Doesn't mean that I'm going to use it. But I take it because sometimes it's very good to is good to have, and it's good also for storytelling.
That's your backup plan.
That's my backup plan, exactly. Then I have a charger. I have batteries extra cards. I have a belt to put my lenses on. I have a kit for cleaning. And that's pretty much it.
I love your belt.
This belt?
Yeah, I would strap it on even if I'm not a really cool photographer like you. But it's so smart.
Yeah,
nice.
I like the belt also. It's I like it. It's good, and it's very comfortable, to be honest.
It
so it's very good to it's the cameras are quite heavy, and with the lenses also even more.
So this can hold it.
It comforts me. Yeah, it's good to work, and it's good to handle sometimes many hours working on weddings or shooting families for 6 hours, 12 hours. So it's really good to have it.
So Anna, thank you so much again for your time, the detailed conversation that we've had today. I'm sure it has been enriching for our clients to watch our show and to tune into Business Conversations to learn more about you. I hope that you can grow in the field that you're in, and more people become aware of the amazing work that you do, Anna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shubika, for inviting me once more and to make it so comfortable to talk to you. I'm actually not the person that is so comfortable in front of the cameras, but you make it very comfortable for me. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. So for all our viewers, don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Grow your business through us. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and grow your business through Business Conversations with Shubika.